New this morning, the UMD Dance team shined bright on the national stage, returning home with something to brag about from the January 17th competition.
UMD captured silver in the Open Jazz and Pom division, finishing runners-up on the national stage.
Northern News Now's Hannah Morgan caught up with the dance team coach to talk about how the team really prepared for this competition on the national stage. Hannah.
Yes, good morning, guys. So one of the coaches, Allie Mackner, says that the seniors raised the bar this season, putting the team first in every choice, which helped the team bring silver hardware back home to Duluth. Mackner says that UMD has only been competing in nationals for 9 years, and in that time they brought home 11 medals. She says that hearing their name called on the national stage for runners-up was surreal, adding that getting to be named as one of the top dance teams is something they don't take lightly.
Just being able to represent Duluth and shine light in the dance world is super exciting and rewarding. To have our name just even talked about amongst the top teams at UDA is quite incredible.
Mackner says that the team put in a lot of hard work behind the scenes, practicing 4 days a week for 2 hours. And for anyone who sees this team and is inspired, Mackner has some wisdom to share.
Just never give up. There will be hard days. There will be days that practice might not go the way you want it, or a skill might take longer to get, and that is okay. The progress is more important, and you're going to see so much growth in yourself.
Now the team's routine set to the Beatles classic. Eleanor Rigby placed second out of 10 entries, with Minnesota State Mankato taking gold. Reporting live in studio, I'm Hannah Morgan, Northern News Now.